Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Wednesday morning, bright and early, daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through. Anybody out there want coaching or mentoring, go to my website, skyazrael.com. Let's just get into it. Let's do a little study group, a little Wednesday study group. I think I need it. It's been a tough week. It's been a rough week. I had 2 assassination attempts on my life already this week, both on Monday. The first one was in the parking lot of Publix, the big grocery store chain that we have here in the South in Florida. Everybody goes to Publix. And I parked my truck in the back, big giant truck. The parking lot was pretty full. Walking through the parking lot and some chump in a Prius, this punk in his Prius, hits his lights. I guess he didn't see me, hits his reverse lights and goes flying right into me. I, in the last second, noticed what was happening and jumped out of the way, leaped out of the way, or leapt. Is it leaped or leapt? So I moved out of the way. I'm glad I'm in good shape. If I was in any worse shape, he would have flattened me in that little Prius. And I figured he might see me and say, oh, sorry, he didn't see me. I looked through the window into his rear view, and he's holding on that wheel, looking forward, and he sped out of that parking lot like a bat out of hell, out onto the street, cut off a car, and sped off. So I assume that must have been an assassination attempt by a former enemy. You never know. But if you punk motherfucker in your little Prius, if you want to get a second try, because you didn't get me, that was a failed attempt, that was the lamest assassination attempt ever. If you want to get a second try, catch me at Gold's Gym later today. They got a big parking lot. I will park in the back like I usually do, and you can try and hit me again. The second assassination attempt I had on Monday was by a terrorist wasp. It was a wasp, but it was a terrorist wasp. Pretty sure of it. It was either associated with Hamas or ISIS, I'm pretty sure. I didn't do a background check, but it had that vibe. And he bit me right on the ear. I've never been bitten by a wasp before. I've murdered many wasps. I've destroyed whole wasp nests. I've massacred whole colonies of wasps in my day. So maybe it was just pissed off that I fucked up its ancestors, but it bit me good, and I stomped it into the ground, squished it, did the squish dance, you know, when you do the turn. It's one thing if you just stomp on it, but I did the turn, right, where I just grinded it into the pavement, and it was sent to hell. So it's been a rough week, guys. Let's get into our little study group. Are you familiar with the happiness conspiracy? Happiness is a conspiracy. For most of my life, my only goal was just to be happy. And if you say, Sky, what do you want out of life? What do you want to do with your life? And I would say, yeah, it doesn't really matter. I just want to be happy, man. I just want to be happy. I don't care about $1 million. I don't care about, you know, being famous or having statues made of me or having a big footprint on this planet. I just want to be happy. But that's bullshit. If your only goal in life is to be happy, you're an idiot. Happiness isn't a thing. It's a byproduct of something else. So if you want to be happy, you can't search for happiness. You can't be like, okay, there's happiness. That direction is happiness. Hey, bro, do you know where happiness is? Nobody knows. You find happiness in other things. So you have to find a meaning and a purpose, and you search for your meaning and a purpose, and you explore that. And if you're lucky, that will bring you some satisfaction. You can go to bed at night, put your head on your pillow and say, you know, I tried. I did the best I could today. And that may be as good as you get. But that's pretty darn good. It's better than a gun in your mouth. You say, I'm going to do this again tomorrow. I'm going to try even harder tomorrow. I helped one person today. There's billions of people. And I helped one. I'll try again tomorrow. Maybe I'll help another one tomorrow. Let's go to the next one. Success is relative. Billionaires look down their nose at millionaires. For me, success is just pretty simple. Middle-class lifestyle, bills paid, food in the fridge, minimal assassination attempts. Put it this way, a Bugatti, you know, Andrew Tate owns like 4 Bugattis. Well, he can afford them, good for him. I don't look at that as success, because a Bugatti is not a daily driver, really. It's not a practical car, and it costs $100,000 per year just to get oil changes and maintenance on it. Even if I had billions of dollars, why would I waste $100,000 a year on oil changes for my car? I could give that $100,000 to a poor family. You know how many starving children there are in America? Nobody seems to care. Go buy another Ducati and say you're successful, and you'll burn in hell. Here's a quote from Bob Marley, talking about hell. Time will tell. You think you're living in heaven, but you're living in hell. You can philosophize on that a lot, man. Bob Marley was a prophet. I used to hang out with the Rastas all the time. It was a gang, Jamaican posse. I'm not going to say which fraction. The fucking feds have always been trying to mess with me about that. We got arrested. I got busted with them and processed in the system with a bunch of Jamaicans. White boy, you look at me, and I got busted with a whole bunch of Jamaican posse guys at the clubhouse. I got put in the system out in California as one of them. It's funny. Don't have dreadlocks or anything. But time will tell. You think you're living in heaven, but you're really living in hell. The devil's trying to trick you. Has the devil tricked you? Let's talk about the devil. So the devil wants to replace God, and he wants to replace God with himself. Does that sound familiar? Are you doing that? Every atheist is. Every liberal, woke, social justice warrior is. They're trying to replace God with themselves. They've declared God is dead. And what's in that place? Themselves. And they want to create a society where we never die, where we know everything. We're these benevolent creatures living in utopia. Sound familiar? God in heaven? Let's kill God and make earth into a heaven. Every hedonist, every political dictator, they all want to do this. Let's move on. Here's two outlooks. Nothing matters or everything matters. You have that choice. You're at the crossroads every day. Nothing really matters or everything really matters. If you want meaning and purpose in your life, you can decide. Life is choice. You can decide that everything matters, that there's meaning in everything. Everything you do, everything you think. Now that might trip you out. All of a sudden your world turns into this meaningful world of purpose where everything's connected. And that's one outlook. And you can wake up every day. It doesn't matter if you're homeless, or it doesn't matter if you're a millionaire, or anywhere in between. You can wake up every single day and decide that everything has meaning. The birds chirping, everything has meaning. Everything matters. Or you can be cynical, kind of like most people in my generation, Gen X. Someone called me a baby boomer the other day. It's so ridiculous. I'm Gen X, motherfucker, Gen X. Some people are just really cynical, and they say nothing matters. Nothing matters. And when you decide that nothing matters, life sucks. When nothing matters, nothing matters. Life is pointless and useless and meaningless, and you become self-destructive. You start chasing pleasure, hedonistic pleasure. Become an alcoholic or drug addict. You want that rush. You get addicted to it. And then it kills you inside. Look how happy the guys are at the bar, chasing pleasure on every drink. Deciding that nothing matters. Give me another beer, baby. Nothing matters. Let's end it here with this quote. This is a hard one to process, at least for me. I kind of get it, but it's still hard to process, and something about it doesn't feel right, but I know that it is. For those who have everything, everything will be given. From those who have nothing, everything will be taken. Have a good day.